All right, let's go to the back again. There's one zipper section here that I neglected to show earlier, and I'm just going to unzip that because I'm kind of curious myself as to what is in there. And basically it's just another compartment. Yeah, it's just another compartment. I can easily fit a file folder or 2 or 3 or something in there, or a notebook. That's perfectly fine too. Legal size looks like it'll fit no problem back here. Yeah, I don't see any problem with that. I really love how most of the zippers have this. Makes it real easy to pull on it, zipper tabs. I just hope that these don't ever pull out. And knowing Thinktank and their lifetime warranty, if it ever does, you can sure bet that they'll find a way to fix it and make you satisfied. So that's really good to have. On another note with the zippers, you see the zippers here have this loop right here. When you combine that and close it up, you can actually lock up your bag and help to prevent someone from just simply tampering with your bag while you're not away. And you could put a TSA lock on there as well. But generally, I don't like to check in my camera gear or my laptop bag with TSA, so I'm probably never going to use that. But it's nice to know that you can lock it up. Let's say when you're on a plane or a train somewhere in Europe, and there's a lot of pickpockets here. So if you lock it up, it'll make it that much more difficult for them to open it up and make off with your computer, laptop, iPad, or whatever. As long as, of course, you have the entire bag strapped to your body somehow. So that's definitely recommended. Okay, so some other nice, thoughtful things about the bag here. It's the little pieces that count, right? So this loop is attached very well, of course, and then there's actually an extra tab here so you can hold on to it while you zip or unzip the bag, and that's actually pretty helpful. You might not think it at first, but you'll appreciate that it's there sometimes. Okay, now onto the side of the bags. On both sides, there's this material here that is, kind of expands, so you can stuff stuff in here. And that's pretty convenient. I've had this on my other bags as well. This type of material on other Thinktank bags as well. I believe my Rotation 360 also has this on some part of it. But what I'm actually going to do is I bought an expansion kit right here. And if you see there's these loops right here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, I'm going to go ahead and attach the Urban Disguise attachment straps that allow me to put modular components onto each side of the bag. So the right side and the left side, I can do that. Now the other side of the bag is pretty much identical to this side. So that's pretty much covered. So you can choose to attach it on one side or both sides or no sides. Also with the Urban Disguise attachment straps, allows me to attach down on the bottom here. See these loops here? There's also 4 loops back here. Also allows me to attach a tripod as well. So I can easily carry one of my carbon fiber portable tripods down here for use if I want to get more serious with the photo gear after a day of work. So that's pretty good to have. Okay, so now this is the front of the bag, the face of the bag. And before I open up this front flap here, I want to show you inside. Inside there's actually this organizational compartment, and it's a little bit difficult to do with one hand. I guess it takes a little bit of practice, but with the tabs here, it makes it a little bit easier. So it opens mostly on one side. I guess there's no real point in having to force it to open out both sides because then things can fall out. So this, as you can see, even if you have the zipper open by mistake, your stuff isn't going to fall out because it's well protected on all sides. So you don't have to worry too much about that. But here's a little slot here where you can put other miscellaneous things back here. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with all of that just yet. But, just subscribe and I'll show you how I configure my bag. And then there's a bunch of organizational little pockets and cubbies and stuff for pens, right? And inside this one has a Velcro to it so stuff doesn't fall out. So you can put, I'm probably going to put my portable router in here, leave the AC adapter or something down here and the cables, And then I have my Maxpedition stuff that I'm going to stick in somewhere in one of these little pockets and stuff. So that's good to have, and that's really hidden and easily accessible right here in the front. You don't have to open anything but one zipper, and as you can see, it's much easier to access with two hands rather than just one. Okay, so this is the front flap of the bag. It's held down by Velcro, as well as this little buckle, this plastic buckle as well. It's kind of redundant, but I like that it's there. It's an additional option because the Velcro doesn't necessarily hold everything as tightly as this can, especially if what you're going to do is you're going to expand the pockets, because the pockets are expandable. You can see there's a small strip of Velcro right here, but because there's a whole strip here, if you have this full, for instance, it might stick out more like this, and as you can see, you will see shortly, you can fit other stuff in here to the point where the whole, see this whole pocket here expands, so you can fit easily two pro camera bodies inside based on this configuration, and make sure that it's completely strapped down, because this is also expandable so that this flap won't come out and your gear won't fall out for whatever reason. So that's pretty smart design. So the inside of this front part looks, here's the I always call it the Pixel Pocket Rocket, but this one is actually the hybrid one. It's called the PeeWee PPR. And this one holds the compact flash, of course, and the SD card slots down here. 3 of them down here, 4 compact flash slots up here. It's really nice that they included this with the bag. And there's that section where you can clip it on, like so. And inside here, you can either have it one big full pocket to put stuff in here, or like a lot of people, if you carry extra camera bodies, you need to split up the pockets. You could de-Velcro this stuff and then set up dividers so that you have one pro body on one side and the other pro body on the other side. So this will probably be better if I did it with two hands, but you get the idea. Note that this shares somewhat of amount of space with the compartments inside. You don't magically get, a bunch of extra space just because you've expanded it. Just because you've expanded it, you get about that much extra space, which is actually quite a lot of space. You could fit quite a lot more in here than you would normally want to carry. So keep that in mind. And of course, inside here, there's actually another zippered compartment. And this is, of course, what shares the space with everything. So there's yet another compartment to put stuff in here, all with the tab zipper. And over here, this thing actually opens up. Oh, here we go. Let me see. So I unzip this to expand it even further off to the side. I'm going to put the camera down. So I'm going to expand this even further. So what I did, let's see, mode. So what I just did was I expanded the bag even further. See this much extra space to make it even bigger, to fit even more stuff inside. So now you can see why it's able to fit all that stuff is because of smart bag design and expandability. And so yet still look like a regular laptop bag. I like that they use real leather up here. This will last a lot longer than, God, what company was it that I had an issue with the handle? It was Road-Wired. Road-Wired, that handle just rotted off for me. Not happy about that. But this leather should last probably forever. I kind of wish that this piece of leather right here that clips it together was wider and bigger. So maybe in version 3. Got to leave some room for improvement somewhere, right? And that's pretty much it as far as the Urban Disguise 60 bag, as it comes directly from Thinktank. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and strap on some additional stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and strap on the Thinktank photo shoulder harness and try that out. And of course I'm going to attach the Urban Disguise attachment straps as well. Okay, so right now I'm going to attach the Thinktank. No, actually I'll attach this first. The Thinktank Urban Disguise attachment straps, and I'm going to attach it on the left and the right side, and I'm going to leave the tripod side alone. One side clipped on here, so. Okay, so that's one side. This goes all the way across to this side. Okay, so I've got the compression straps on the side installed properly. Compression goes on the bottom. The strap that holds it up goes on top, and of course tighten it as necessary. And this will keep it from flopping around. So I'm going to go ahead and try installing this from my with my. First, I'm going to put on the Whip It Out bag. The vertical support modulation rotation system actually works not only with, it attaches to any Thinktank photo belt or modular rotation system pouch. It's got a built-in CF card holder, and look at that. Attaches to any Thinktank, yep. So this will work with other bags, the belt itself. So this is a good overall addition just to have with the other Thinktank systems. That this will take up some space in a bag, so I definitely have to weigh that against how often I use the backpack straps. So there is it. It's this piece. Clips on around the top. And down and over. And then these pieces, this then just clips on down below. And there you go. We have backpack straps. I must say I am a little bit disappointed in the padding because there is none, but I guess you can't have it all. No. So one of the things I also like to do with my bags is the 3M Scotch guard them. I know it's a bit of an overkill, but I do it anyway.